Kamma vipaka vattanti vipaka kamma sambhavo tasma punabhavo hoti evang loke pavattati ti. Dear friends in Dhamma, it is great pleasure to meet you again to explain the wisdom of the Buddha's teaching. Homage to the fully enlightened Buddha, worthy one, the blessed one. Dear friends in Dhamma, today I would like to talk about rebirth. Rebirth is one of the main teachings of the Buddha. The meaning of Punabhava, Buddha said in one stanza, because we create wholesome, unwholesome karma. These unwholesome karma and wholesome karma give results, give fruits for next birth and future births. So because of this karma, we will have punabhava, rebirth. Because this rebirth is there, that is how this world is runs. So there are many religions in the world teaching different way of rebirth, different methods of rebirth. For example, some religions, major religions in the world, teach us that linear concept of rebirth. That is, we are reborn or we are created by the Supreme God. Then, after that, the person live in this earth for 30, 40 or even 100 years. Then after the judgment of the God, the person will be judged to reborn either in the eternal hell or either in the eternal heaven. This is the linear concept of rebirth. When a person do something in this world and he was rewarded for forever, everlasting heaven, and also if people done something bad, they are punished forever. We have to think whether it is a reasonable punishment, whether it is a reasonable rewards. But in Buddhist concept, rebirth means there are two concepts actually in the world. One is reincarnation. The other concept is called rebirth. Buddhism rejects reincarnation. In Hinduism and other religions, they think that when a person is died, the soul of that person, the unchanging entity in their body is called soul, and that soul will transmigrate to the heaven in the same form and reborn there. But Buddhism does not believe or teach permanent soul. Buddhism always reject, because the major teachings of the Buddha is anicca, dukkha and anatma. Anatma means soullessness. There is no permanent or impermanent soul. So Buddhist concept of rebirth is psychical, because we are living in this samsara endlessly, and there is no beginning and end to be seen in this samsaric journey. Therefore, friends, this cyclical existence of rebirth, we see that people are reborn again and again, over and over. So in this process, Buddha has given a very beautiful example. In front of me there is four lamps. Let's take four lamps or oil lamps or candles. If you look at the candle, you can see this candle is burning, this lamp is burning. You can say it is the same lamp or same candle is burning. But dear friends, if you analyze more, if you go deeply into this process of lights in the candle or lights in the lamp, it is quite different story, because when a lamp or a candle is burning, the different particles of oil, different particles of wick, and different particles of air is continuously support this illumination or the burning process. So it is not the same flame that continues. Getting the flame from the previous flame that is extinguishing, the next flame is created when the right conditions and things are there. Therefore, friends, Buddha said, for example, if you have suppose you have some candles that you have burnt it 1 hour ago, and you come and you get a new candle, get fired from that candle. So that candles continue, but you cannot say it is the same candle, the same flame that comes to the next candle. In this simile, Buddha has explained that mind, when a person's death, a mind will travel. So, in Buddhism, there are three conditions for rebirth to happen. The first condition is the union of the father and mother, that is, copulation has to be happened. Secondly, the mother should be in a fertile, good condition in order to bear children. Thirdly, the most important factor in Buddhism is the Gandhabba, or the departed consciousness, should descend to the mother's womb, or descend to the egg, or descend to the birthplace, where the conception is happening. There must be a departed mind, departed consciousness should come to the womb. If there is no departed consciousness, if there is no departed mind coming to the womb, there cannot be a conception. The child cannot be conceived, egg cannot be conceived. In Mahanidana Sutta, Buddha was asked by the Ananda Thero whether if the consciousness arrived to the mother's womb and lived there some time, maybe the fetus is growing, but if the consciousness leave after some time, will there be a life in the mother's womb? The Ananda Thero said no. And also, if the baby was born, and once the baby was born, and if the consciousness departed from the body, there cannot be a life. So the mental factor is most important factor in rebirth. So if we look at our body, we are having rebirth every second, every moment, because our mind is changing all the time. Not only that, our body cells, our red blood cells, our white blood cells, and our bones, and all the organs in our body are always some part of that organs and the skin and the flesh and all the parts of our body are dying. And some new cells, new skins are grown, new hair is grown. So if you look at our present body, we can see that the rebirth is happening right now in our body. It is not something different from our life. When we are born as a little baby, and now I am maybe 49 years. So, in these 49 years, I have been reborn again and again, over and over, many thousands and millions of times. So this is the same process. That is why Buddha said that when there is a rebirth, it is like a river. When you are starting a river, you have a little bit of water, little streams, and gradually more water is gathered, and the shape of the river, and the size of the river, and also the color of the water, everything changing. So it is same with our consciousness, it is same with our this samsaric journey. So therefore, in Buddhism, the stream of consciousness is not permanent. It is always impermanent. But it can travel to anywhere. Suppose I want to think about something now, some place now, I can send my mind so to that place. In order to go to that place, there is no physical barrier, there is no any other distraction can stop my mind traveling to there. Therefore, Buddha said, mind is a far reacher. It can go as far as to the end of the world, end of the universe. The mind is so powerful. Therefore, this time and space and the physical barriers are not relevant to the departed mind. So, if you analyze our body, we are made from 5 aggregates. These 5 aggregates called Rupa, our body or the physical body. Then the Vijnana, the consciousness. And we have the feelings, the happy feelings, the sad feelings, and the intermediate feelings. Then the Sankara, the volitional activities, and also Sanya. These are the what is we call human being, or what we call as a man or woman. These are the ingredients of a man or a woman. Therefore, these 5 aggregates always are changing. So what causes rebirth? Buddha said, because we have craving, the desire, the clinging, the ignorance, delusion, the anger, these are the causes that cause rebirth. Therefore, as long as we have this craving, the craving for existence, craving for rebecoming, bhavatanna, kamatanna is the sensual pleasures, craving for sensual pleasures, and also the craving for rebecoming is the most important factor when we are thinking about rebirth. So, how is the karma correlated or interrelated to the rebirth? Because we create good and bad karma, then at the time of death, we will have 3 things departed from our body. One is called Ayu or Jivitindriya, the vitality, the energy that is there in our body is leaving the body. Secondly, at the time of death, we will have this, the warmness or the heat in our body will go away. Ayusmacha Vijnana, the longevity and the consciousness also depart from our body. These are the 3 things at the time of death. So this is called Chuti Chitta. At the time of the death, the mind has the last thoughts or consciousness in the mind. So this thought is called Chuti Chitta, or the final or the departing Chitta. Then the next Chitta or the next thought process is called the Pratisandhi Chitta, relinking mind. So once a person died, his mind travels to the next rebirth. So at that time, the Vachagotha, one of the Brahmins, asked from the Buddha, what is that hold this departing mind? Then the Buddha said, as if you have have started a fire outside with the leaves, you can see the flame is going in the sky. So at that time when the flames are going in the sky, what the flames are holding? How these flames are going up in the sky? Hold in the air. Similarly, the air is the basis for these flames to go up. Similarly, when a person dies, that person has this craving. So he has this craving in his mind, so that is the grasping thing or the clinging thing for the next birth. He has desire to reborn, so this consciousness at the time of the death departed from the body, and this last thought is called Chutichitta, and the next thought is called Pratisandhi, or the free-linking consciousness. So when a person died, according to his karma, Garu karma, the most important karma, and the other asana karma, the approximate karma he has done just before the death, or the achinna karma, the small karmas he has done, or the previous life's karma will come into effect for his next rebirth. So whatever the karma that is stronger, if it is a wholesome karma is stronger, he will have a good life like human birth or some other rebirth. So then he is born in the human world. If he has a very bad, wicked, cruel life, he has done so many unwholesome things in the world while he was living, he may be born as an animal, or he may be born as a preta or the ghost, he may be born in the hell. So even he is born in the human world, he may have very suffering conditions, bad conditions, because he has in his life, for example, if a butcher, person who kills the animals for selling, if they kills these animals every day, because of that karma, they may have, even he was born as a human being, he may have very short life. So in the rebirth process, Buddha said there are 4 ways of rebirth. One is egg-born, andaja. That is some insects, animals, birds born from eggs. Then the Jalabhuja. Jalabhuja means womb-born. Some animals are born in the mother's womb, like in the cow, and the human beings are born in this way, Jalabhuja. The third one is moisture-born. When there is a moisture, small creatures are born. And the last one is spontaneous born. That is called invisible. Devas, the heavenly beings, the ghosts, and other demigods, asuras, all these kinds of birth are born in the this way, spontaneously. No mother, no father. So therefore, friends, in Buddhism, the most important thing is our death is not the end of the story. That is not the total annihilation of the life. Because we have this life energy in our mind, we create mental impressions, mental formations, volitional activities. These activities are like the seeds. These mental impressions are in the mind stored, but it is not physically stored. It is mental impressions. It is not something physical, but they are last long for many eons and millions of time, and it can give many rebirths. Therefore, friends, we need to consider when we are doing some good or bad things, we must consider, because this is not the only life I have. Because if I do good, I will get good results of those good deeds. And if I do bad, I will get the bad results of that bad deeds. So therefore, friends, in our life we always must reflect whether my action is good, whether my action is bad. If it is a bad, please don't do it, don't repeat it. You break the vicious circle and instead start doing good for the welfare of yourself, for the welfare of others, for the welfare of both. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhisatta. May the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha bless you, guide you and protect you. Namo Buddhaya.